Hello my crafty friends. Today I am sharing a card for a Crafty Meraki design team post. Of course I made a slimline card and folded. My slimline card is 3.5 by 8.5 inches and it fits in a number 10 business envelope for mailing. As soon as I saw this stamp set, I knew I wanted to have this fox juggling brightly colored enamel dots. So I finally got to make this card that has been on my list to try for a long time. So the fox comes from the Crafty Meraki Totally Awesome stamp set. I colored it with Ohuhu alcohol markers, and if you can see, I added Wink of Stella to all of the white bits and to his ears as well. And then I went over his nose with a black glaze pen. I went through my enamel dots and picked some brightly colored ones and then added it to some stitched circles. Inside is some simple lettering, and the color on the panels comes from the Craft Around Slimline die, also by Crafty Meraki. When I first got the die, I die cut it from white cardstock. Often when I get a die, I will die cut it from scrap cardstock or cardstock that I'm not crazy about. It just gives me a feel for how the die is going to work. For the slimline dies, that's a great way to use them as a stencil. You can use them over and over again when you're just using die inks before that cardstock breaks down. So I used the Craft Around Slimline die as a stencil here. This 1-inch strip of pattern paper down the center, I've talked about it in other Crafty Meraki design team posts. I created 2 sheets of it by cutting down rainbow colored cardstock into 1/2-inch strips and lining them up side by side on a piece of text weight paper. And that just gave me a customized rainbow color, but you can use just greens and blues for ocean cards. And so that's what I used for my center here. In fact, this strip was only this long, but I was able to split it in the center and make sure that my ends matched up because I knew the center would be covered up by my juggling fox. So the measurements on my fold flap card are, it starts out at 7 by 8.5, and you score it at 1 1/4 and 3.5 inches. That 3.5 inch score line is your center fold. So fold the card in half, and then you have that 1 1/4 inch score line, and you just fold the flap back. Now you can do a number of things with it, using it as an accordion and decorating all the panels with different pattern papers. Or what I tend to do is fold it back and adhere it to the card front with thin foam tape. So I have thin foam tape here holding the flap back, and then I'm able to decorate it. I really like doing this fold flap technique. It also works really well on A2 cards and mini slimlines. If you enjoyed my card today, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. And that's it for me today.